Mario Kart Switch 2 was officially revealed over 2 weeks ago now, and while that 10-second teaser trailer initially seemed light on detail, it is super clear that there's a lot more packed into it once you start breaking it down frame by frame. And yet again, even after so many more rewatches, I just keep spotting some new things that are worth talking about and also just speculating over a little bit too. In this video, we'll be specifically talking about a new NPC character who only appears for a few frames, and just its implications for character variety and outfits. Then we'll speculate on the mysterious bag under Yoshi's Diner, before briefly revisiting a segment from my last video thanks to a new finding related to dynamic time of day variants and also weather mechanics too. And finally, I also go over some finer details which just showcase this game's true power, and then dive into some theories I've seen online. The key for all of this is just to let our imaginations run free, as everything is going to seem so obvious in hindsight. Before we do get started, I just wanted to let you know, because I am so damn excited for this game, I'm going to be giving away a Nintendo Switch 2 and also a copy of Mario Kart when this game launches. All you need to do is be subscribed to be in the running for it, and you'll also get an extra entry as well if you are in the Swift Cafe Discord and are also following on Twitter. Now let's dive into the good stuff. Starting off, if we pause the teaser trailer right here, we can actually spot a Blue Yoshi working in what looks like a ticketing booth. This specific Yoshi has never appeared in any previous Mario Kart installment. This Yoshi specifically looks like it's dressed up as part of the course. It's wearing a hat of some sort and also what looks to be like a shirt or a t-shirt. I can't quite tell. While this isn't a groundbreaking detail, it is a nice touch that just showcases uniquely designed NPCs, which I imagine would all be tailored to the track theme. It's a small but an extremely welcomed addition, and in my opinion, it just adds so much more personality to the game. We've seen the Pit Toads and the Mario Kart TV crew in the past, along with a few others dressed up as well, and we even catch a glimpse of the TV crew in this teaser trailer. But this Blue Yoshi specifically just being dressed up could just hint at NPCs being dressed up based on their roles or the setting of the course, compared to something like Movie Highway, for example, which only had the usual Yoshis and Shy Guys in their usual sprites. No costume, no nothing. So this is a very nice added detail. This new Blue Yoshi NPC actually joins the audience crew as a newcomer alongside the Sledge Bros. This also lines up into the theory of playable characters maybe having selectable outfits. If they're going the distance to dress the crowd up differently for someone that is actually really hard to see, then maybe it's just showing the effort actually going into this game. Mario Kart Tour introduced the concept of characters having multiple variants, and there's a whole lot of them. Considering there's 24 races per race, having multiple Marios all looking different, as an example, would be really neat. The trailer could actually suggest this further, just by Peach not being in her biker outfit and also having her hair down, which is extremely uncommon for Peach. But this could just simply be a design choice, kinda like DK's redesign, which is now more like his movie design and also kinda like his original form as well. Does any of this relate to the Blue Yoshi though? Probably not, but I thought it was worth bringing up anyway. Anyway, moving on. Towards the end of the trailer, we also get a glimpse of all the racers zooming by and get to check out a new building being Yoshi's Diner. Beneath it, there's actually a drive-through lane with something that looks like a new item or just a collectible. At first, I kinda thought this might be a Wonder Flower, especially when watching this trailer at like normal speed. But after a little bit more deep diving by other YouTubers and fans in Discord, it actually looks like it's a lunch bag. You can even see it has a cube shape, with a somewhat folded top and even crinkled edges. There's also a face on it, and it kinda just resembles the Nintendo eShop bag from the 3DS. It even has this glowing orange and yellow aura around it, just making it look like it really needs to be collected. This really looks like a fast food bag, and the aura surrounding it could just be the smell of the food from the joint. It just feels super fitting with the track theme, especially because we're going for a drive-through right underneath Yoshi's Diner. But what does this all mean? The obvious theory that I think is that we just collect the food and then deliver it somewhere else during the race. But where? Well, we actually can also see another burger joint in the trailer, which I haven't really seen anyone else talking about. So maybe we actually have to collect some sort of food here, or just some sort of bag. I have no idea. I could see this kind of being like Super Mario Odyssey, where in every single kingdom you had to collect different colored moons. But maybe in this game, every track just has you collecting something different and just relevant to that course. This could also just be something as simple as a new item, or even some sort of fuel system. Maybe it's even a Wonder Flower type effect or something, or maybe even something like help for your car. Because, as we already know, you can somewhat directly attack each other now, which I discussed in one of my previous videos. It's actually really hard to tell at this point, and I'd love to hear all your theories on it. Moving on, this next point might not seem as groundbreaking, but it does highlight just how much time I spent analyzing this trailer. If we pause right here, you'll actually spot what appears to be stars in the sky, a pretty unusual detail for what seems like a daytime track. In my last video, I talked extensively about the possibility of weather mechanics and also day and night track variants. Just having the presence of stars here might be a little subtle hint that this feature may be possible. It's definitely a stretch, but it is a small detail that caught my attention. If you are curious about the full theory behind this, I recommend checking out my previous video. Like seriously though, how sick would dynamic weather be and also just day and night variants? I could easily see this being like every single track plays differently based on the weather, for example, and that means your cart handles differently, which again from my last video, the carts look to appear very different this time around and seem very interactive with the environment. Again, check out the other video if you want to see more on that one. Kind of in relation to that point, let's briefly go over some major points brought up by game developer Gerald, specifically in relation to the sheer power of the Nintendo Switch 2, which we can actually see thanks to the Mario Kart teaser trailer. First up, there are now these physics-based shaders, which just allow for more realistic interaction between light and moving models. This adds an incredible level of detail, and we can already see this in the trailer, just from the way the light bounces off the Mario Kart sign, to even the shine on the car that's on top of the Fireflower gas station. Then there are also the expressive animations, just like characters jumping out of their carts, and also the way the cart's wheels and everything else just move. It feels so much more alive. The real standout for me from that video though, was just the details in terms of the insane texture mapping on the road and dirt. We're talking about details like dust kicking up off the gravel, there being a bunch of dents, scattered rocks, cracks in the pavement, and even just uneven road surfaces as well. Combine this with the carts being a lot more interactive with the environment, and we could have some really interesting races here. Taking this even further to see the Switch 2's power, if you look even further into the background, the lighting gets a lot more impressive. In this scene, for example, it almost looks like it's foggy and just dusty in the distance, which is what I'd expect from this map if it was set in real life. Even the draw distance here and the shadows are a massive leap forward, especially with the roadside shadows just stretching realistically down the road, which is something the Switch 1 could apparently not handle. I've touched on this next point in my very first analysis video, but even small things like the flag flowing in the wind, or even there being trash flying across the track, it just all seems so much more dynamic now, almost like there could be some unique wind effects, rather than just a standard pre-rendered animation. Just all of these details coming together create such a more lifelike and just immersive world, and honestly, I'm a huge fan of this. It feels just so much more alive, especially the characters. I think overall that Nintendo did a really great job at making this trailer look like Mario Kart, just to resonate with the average fan. But I also love when you look a little bit deeper, you actually get to learn a whole lot more about this game, which is also creating a lot of theories about this game as well. I've seen some theories suggesting this could be a big open world Mario Kart, other theories that suggest you need to have pit stops or even like gas stations or something along those lines. However, whatever they do, I don't think they're going to take away from the main thing about Mario Kart just simply being about racing. That's the core mechanic that everyone loves, and I don't think Nintendo will sway too far away from their biggest IP pretty much ever. So I wouldn't worry too much. We already know there's going to be 24 races, and that's a pretty damn big difference. So the tracks are going to have to operate a little bit differently to normal, but it's still going to be super exciting, and I can't wait to see it. But that's everything that I could spot in the fourth round of this trailer analysis. I think that's all I can do for now. Let me know down in the comments section what you think about everything I spoke about in this video, and of course if there's anything that you noticed, and just all of your theories as well. If you did enjoy this video, it'd be much appreciated if you could leave a like and of course subscribe. It honestly really helps out the channel. And until next time, make sure to take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all in the next video. See ya!